This video introduces editing text files from the shell prompt. We use Vim, which is an improved version of the VI editor distributed with Linux and Unix systems. In this section, we focus on teaching only the minimum keystrokes that are required to accomplish most any editing task. While there are hundreds of other keystrokes and shortcuts, really only a small set of basics are needed to use Vim effectively. As seen in the graphic in your book, Vim has a command mode, an edit mode, a visual edit mode, and an extended command mode. When first opened, Vim starts in command mode. I have a sample README file that I'm going to play with. In the lower left-hand corner, we see the file name of the file opened and its size in lines and characters. What's more important is I know that I'm in command mode because when I move into editing mode, I will see that type of mode down the lower left-hand corner. And since I don't see the word insert or visual, I know that I'm in command mode. To change into editing mode, we do an I for insert. And the word insert comes up and we know that we're in editing mode. In insert mode, any text that you actually type is inserted into the file and becomes contents of the file. So now that I'm in insert, let's put in any text. To get back out of insert mode, out of editing mode, you hit your escape key. Notice the word insert goes away, and again, because you don't see the word insert or visual, you can tell you're back in command mode. The other type of editing mode is what's known as visual mode. Visual mode is used for selecting larger chunks of text to process. To get into visual mode, you use a lowercase v. Notice the word visual in the lower left-hand corner. Use arrow navigation then to select text. So moving down and to the right, down some more. Notice that's selecting from this first character to the character that I'm on. There are actually three ways of selecting, three types in visual mode. We just use lowercase v to come in, and that does it from the first character to the last character with all the characters in between. But I can also do line selection, which is uppercase V. So I'm going to just switch by typing in capital V. Notice how that selects the whole line. If I move down, I'll get more selected lines, but it takes the whole line. If I go back to a lowercase v, remember that's from character, starting character to ending character. The third type is basically block selection, which is control V. From the first character upper left to the last character lower right in this example. So a block selection. And again, let me just switch back and forth between them again. Lowercase v, uppercase V, control V. If I don't want to process the selection that I've grabbed, I can get back out of here by doing the exact same keystroke of the mode I'm in. Now, this last one I got in with a control V. If I do a control V again right now, that will just turn it off. Then again, I can go back in with a lowercase v or an uppercase V or the control V and start selecting again. I just came in with a lowercase v. I can turn it off with lowercase v. In editing, you go through this cycle of the same type of task. Basically, move your cursor to where you want to do some sort of editing. Type an I to go into editing or insert mode. Enter your text. Hit escape to get back out. Move your cursor to somewhere else. I to insert, type in new text. Hit escape to get out. Repeat that for as much editing as you need to do. The other simple editing that you might need is deleting. From command mode, we use the X character to delete character by character. You can learn other shortcuts for deleting more at once, but the minimum keystroke, you can delete anything you want, deleting character by character. So let's get rid of this word infozip. I'm in command mode. I don't see anything down the lower left-hand corner, and I type X's until I've gotten rid of the word completely. We're done. The last minimal thing to learn is how to save and how to exit without saving. This uses the extended command mode, which begins by pressing a colon. Notice it takes you to the last line. First, let's learn how to quit without making changes. To quit, Q. But I've made changes to this file. When I attempt to quit, it complains that I haven't saved my last writes. So let's do it again. Colon Q, and we'll add the exclamation point, also called a bang, to say, yes, I know, and I want to do it anyway. Now it will quit, but it won't save the edit, so those are going to be discarded, but that allows us to get out of the file if we really need to. Let's go back in again. You'll notice those edits that I created are gone. Let's make another change. And this time, let's save it. Oops. So from command mode, colon to go to the last line, and then write to save. That saves the text. If I make any kind of change, I can write and quit with one keystroke set. So I've just made an editing change. I want to get back out of insert mode. I hit my escape key and then colon and write and quit. And notice WQ in that order, since you do want to write before quitting. That will save this and exit the file. The other editing that you'll use a lot is what we call yank and put, which you might know better as cut and paste. We use the characters Y and P, which goes with, calling it yank and put. To yank something, select it. By yanking it, it puts it into a buffer in memory. You then reposition your cursor to paste what you've captured somewhere else. So let's try that. I want to capture some of the first words of this paragraph. I go into visual mode, V for visual mode. I select by moving my cursor. Now that I've selected it, I can do the task, process the edit that I wanted. In this case, I'm going to do the yank. So a single Y to yank this text. And the selection goes away. The text doesn't disappear. All it's done is put it into a buffer. But now I can position my cursor again and do a P to paste. And I'm still in command mode. I can start the process over again. So in this section, only the basic required keystrokes were demonstrated. While many advanced shortcuts and techniques will enhance your ability to perform editing tasks, what we find is that new users think that VM may appear complex when too many tricks are introduced all at once before the basics are comfortable. So stick with these minimal keystrokes until you're ready to learn more. This concludes editing text files from the shell prompt.